Tander is one of the not just the Bathurst greats, but he should have won more championships, and that's what I'm trying to look at. Kostecki schooled him badly. It's such a. I don't think he's a Bathurst great. That Garth isn't a Bathurst great. He's won it 4 times. You'd say Greg Murphy's a Bathurst great, but the rest of the time not a great. 6 times. But so like you gotta be a great if you're a 6-time winner. Three of them he was a passenger. So you don't count it. Okay. Yeah, I suppose so. Like full time, not so much. So 2000, 2009, 2011, that's when he was good, which even 3 times is pretty impressive. And he put it on pole in 08 as well. Yeah, not the same as Lowndes. Yeah, well, Lowndes he's only won Bathurst as a full timer, not as a co-driver. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's yeah. I think that's fine. But even like, so that means you wouldn't count Stephen Richards, or you wouldn't count Jim Richards either. Whincup wants to screw it up every time. Yeah. Yeah. Being Whincup's co-driver is a bit of a curse. Stephen Richards not at all. Yeah. Like obviously Stephen Richards won 5 times, but he only won 1 as a full timer. The rest of the time was as co-driver. Jim can't say because you don't know his wins. As in, like, what happened to result in the wins? Is that what you mean? Because he won, was it 78 to 80 with Peter Brock, and then he won 91 and 92 with Scaife. Only aware of 2 of his wins. Yeah. Yeah. So Jimmy Richard and 2002. Yeah. So Richo's a 6-time winner. 3 of them with Peter Brock as a co-driver, and 2 of them as a main driver with Scaife in 91, 92 in the Nissans. And then 2002 with Scaife as a co-driver at HRT. So, with your approach, did you get one stripped? No, well, 1992 was the red flagged one. It was controversial. In the BMW. No, you might be thinking of, was it 87, the Sierras? Because no, I don't know what he was doing. What Jim Richards was doing in 87. He was in BMW, but I don't think he was on for the win. I think maybe something else happened. He wasn't. I don't think he was in the running, and also the BMWs were not that good at Bathurst as well. 87, it was definitely the Sierras. Win other race? What other race? Super Tour 1. Oh, yeah, I don't count those. It's a different category, so I don't count it. I suppose if you wanted to count it as like a talent thing, to be like, oh, they're just that good at Bathurst, they show up all the time and they just win there. But yeah, I don't count Super Tour Bathurst as like the one that as one that counts. I'm talking Bathurst 1000. Where else are we looking? Eastern Creek, that's right. Thursday 3rd and 12th to 37th or 12th steering arm. Yeah, so with that approach to be like, it has to be in your full-time career, Greg Murphy is definitely exceptional because he used to show up at Bathurst and be in the shootout most of the time. And then he would also be on for like a top 10 result. It would usually be his best result every time, every year. He would go there, he'd be having a shit year, and he'd go there and he'd be in the mix for the win or and finish top 10 or something. So not exactly for it to be full time. Okay, so you don't have to be full time, but because then like all the guys who are co-drivers, yeah, but you're sort of backpedaling now, right? Because you're saying you don't count half of Garth's 6 Bathurst wins, as in like he's not a Bathurst great. Like obviously the co-driver's got to steer it. He did jack shit. Garth Tander did jack shit. He was picking up positions. He picked up like 3 positions in the first stint. He locked it up, but and then they were just got the strategy right and ran at the front. From 18th, yeah, from 18th he went to 14th. um, it's not like Scott Pye, where the reason that Will Brown has like Scott Pye is making Will Brown look really good. Yeah, if Will Brown won, it'll be like this is Scott Pye cooking. Yeah, yeah, and Scott Pye, even in his first stint at the Bend, handed Brownie a car. He's like, "Yeah, we're in fourth now." Like that's just like they started 15th. Every you just can't rely on Will Brown to put the thing any higher than 15th at the moment. Tander was going to pass donkeys out the back. Yeah, beating the car first stint multiple times. Yeah. Um, in the first stint, I know he did that lock up, and he was right in the mix with all there was like 5 cars, 5 to 10 cars at a time, all within a second of one another. Just a big train of cars. But he definitely locked up. He was like ahead of Lowndes and he locked up, and then he was battling D'Alberto. 2020 credit Tander for that win majorly, because SVG didn't know how to win until he had Garth on, and Garth's like, "Yeah, that's what you got to do." Garth knows how to win Bathurst. That's why he's like not trying too hard early on, but he tried pretty hard this year. But it's just like maybe try not to bin it. SVG can win from the front, yeah. 2022, you forget. Yeah, what happened in 22? That was the wet one, right? It was started off wet. They just sort of ended up at the front there. Came second in 22, Fabian. Yeah, okay, you can't remember if he was a major part of it. So in order for them to be a Bathurst great, they have to make a big difference in the position of the car. At least 4 where you think he was like a major contributor. Right. That's fair enough, yeah. So this is like an all-time thing. That's sort of what you're saying. So Whincup is a Bathurst great. He's not, yeah. Yeah, Whinkup's thrown it away too many times for it to be him. Like he's had what, 1 Bathurst win where he did it himself, right? The other times it was because he was co-driving with Lowndes or sharing the car with Lowndes. That's the reason.